there are a couple different things that I wanted to remind you about when weaving. Here is a little poster that I made. Weaving warp is when the strings are going up and down. Okay, so if you look right here, the strings that are going this way, up and down, which is vertical, those are called warp right there. Now we talked about weft. It rhymes with left, and you can make an L with your left hand. So left, weft, goes left and right, okay? So that's the yarn that you're going to be adding. And these are your wooden looms. And it says patterns over and over, over and under, or ABAB. There's an example of a loom. Now this is the example that I have hanging up in the classroom. And I'm going to let you choose. If you want to do a 1 string, then you need 1 arm's length. If you want to do 2 string weaving, then you can do 2 arm's length. I'm going to show something real quick. This is our little center for weaving. We've already got the looms ready. You've got your string and your tape. Mrs. Milligan has all the containers ready, and there's the looms that are ready to go. Now the 1 arm's length, and I'll show that to you in the class, is when you pull this out, and when you're coming over here and you're pulling the yarn out of this, you want to be careful. You're going to put your hand on the plastic container, and then your arm's length is your width, and I don't want to do this. You're going to pull out the whole width. Your wingspan is what you would call it. And decide what color you want. I have them labeled, and I have more yarn. I had to choose the thicker yarn. And this is an example, because if you choose the thinner yarn, it gets knotted real easy. So these are the warp strings, which we already have prepared. These are the weft. And see how this is 2 pieces of yarn? If I move this up, it goes a lot quicker. Now it's harder to get it on your needle, but with patience, and you always want these snug as a bug and rug, with patience it'll be fine, and it goes quicker. Everybody is going to have their own needle to use. This is Mrs. Andrews' class. And you will just take this out, and when you're thread, I'm going to have a video also to show you how to thread the needle. So that's coming next. This is just so you're aware of when you're choosing your yarn, remember the name of the yarn, which has a sticker on the front of it, and put your hand on top of the container. And if you are doing, here we go, a 1 string, you're going to have where you pull the yarn out, and it'll be 1 arm's length. And if you're doing a 2 string, which is the one that I showed you, then you will need to have 2 arms length, and you'll thread the needle.